Hi guys, I'm ExactChaos and welcome back to another episode of Cities Skylines. We are playing with the Industries DLC in Chaos Circle and we have just finished off this nice new high density development over here. I made a few small tweaks to the road network, just so I'm quickly going to run you through that in between episodes. Just so you know, so we've got the two one-way things. We've got one way in and one way out with a kind of narrow dual operation over here. Then we've got the loop as a one-way running all the way around. Okay, and then what I've done is I've actually had these two as one-ways as well. So that one's one way that way, that one's one way this way. And at the end over here, I'm actually allowing these to go in two directions over there. So there you go, and that is kind of managing traffic fairly well. Yes, we get a few queues, but and I've timed these traffic lights to be able to do that, and I've tried to manage try to limit the number of loops that's occurring. But the one thing that I did notice while I did that is that we've got a substantial amount of people actually walking up and down this road over here to where the action is over here, and that's just crazy. We can't do that. So what I thought I'd do in this episode is actually put in a tram network. So I'm not sure how that's going to work with the little setups we've got over here, but we should be able to run a tram in there on the other one. So let's quickly grab our tram tracks, and that's what I'm going to do over here. I'm going to do the one way, yeah, the two-lane one-way piece. Is there any other options that we have here that could do the job for us? Got a number of these things, but yeah, the only one that's going to work on my one-way loop is not this one. It's not these. It's probably, oh, that's just standard tram track. It's probably this one. So instead of that nice little setup with the trees we've got over there, instead I'm going to have to do that. So let's do so. I'm not sure how we're gonna run this piece here just yet. We may just have to do a standard. Ooh, why are these dropping down? Anyway, we can certainly do the tram across the bridge over here. Yeah, we've got the right ones. There we go, all the way and around there. Interesting that we keep losing that. Oh, I see. We're gonna lose these as well. Okay, and we're going to run it straight across there. Okay, to kind of join up with that. But we're also gonna do this piece so that we can go back, because I want to link it up to the other side and have this loop run around. The question that I'm wondering is whether we are somehow better off to try and not run it all the way up there. Nah, I think running it around is going to be pretty good. So we're going to need to do almost a standard setup over here. So yeah, so this was a nice one, but alternatively what we're going to do is we're going to need to lose that one through there so that they can actually link through there, because we don't have the kind that we need to run through here. So that's not going to be great for us. But that's okay. That's fine. We're going to do the same thing on that side. I was kind of loving my little setups over here with that little median piece in there. But anyway, we're not going to worry too much about that. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to run tram tracks all the way to the other side as well. Now, I just need to find out which one, monorail and tram road, which one are we going to do? Trolley bus one way. How does this thing look? Let's quickly have a look. Just gonna see how that looks. Oh, trolley bus. Oh yeah, well, fine. That's no tracks whatsoever, is it? Yeah, it's similar to what we've got there anyway. Got some trees on it, which is pretty nice, but that's about it. So, what I'm thinking we do is we need to do dedicated tram tracks. That's definitely what I'm after. 4-lane tram and 4-lane tram and bike. Let's have a look at this. So we're going to have yeah, this is pretty good. That's pretty good. What are our other options? 4-lane boulevard with tram boulevard with bikes. I think that's about the same thing, isn't it? Yeah, pretty much the same thing. Ooh, no, but that's shared. That's not dedicated, so we're not going to be doing that. And then we've got this one, 4-lane road with tram tracks. Let's just have a look at that. So that's pretty much that same thing over there. So that's what we're going to do. So let's make sure we run this piece. And I'm thinking we're going to do this stop exchange station on the other side there. So let's do this one, the 4-lane road with tram and bike. And that's dedicated facility. So what we're going to do is we are going to upgrade what we've got over here. And of course we're going to need to run it straight through the other side over there so that they can actually tie in. And that's a little bit of overkill there, but that's okay. So now let's run our way down. Ooh, and I'll have to take that back out again. Tram tracks all the way through so we can get these people to stop walking this section. So I'm pretty sure what we're going to need to do is we're going to have to bridge this thing across here. So we'll quickly do that, and then what I'm suggesting we do is something like this. And this is the one that we finish it off with over here. Perfect. Excellent. I like it. I like it. So we'll have some station in here as well. See how the rest we do. So what I'm also going to do is I'm quickly going to bridge this thing across here. Or maybe even go underneath. Let's get rid of that. And do something like so. So now, if I go back to this piece and we'll say... No. I want you to not do that. I want you to and now we switch on okay, hang on, we're gonna switch on Anarchy underneath there. 6 is not good enough, so we'll have to dip that down even lower. 1, 2, 3, like 9, something like that. Okay. Now we bring that back up this way. And that's not quite what I had in mind, is it? Okay, let's quickly get rid of these and we'll try that piece again. Give me the tram tracks. There we go. Now, so something like that needs to go like 9 down. Okay. So if we do say that, we may have to redo something over there. Anyway, so now at least that's going to be a dip so that I'm hoping we can get the other guys across the top of it, the rail across the top of this. So where? Get me the rail, train. Now this one needs to be okay. Let's do this up to say here, and then that up to say there. And now this piece has to be bridged like that. Now this one will go to there. Now this piece will have to bridge it to there, and then actually from here we are going to do that. And now that's not quite kind of straight that I was after. Let's see if we can straighten that up a little. I think that's okay. Now let's have a look at this thing here. Whew, that's not good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just raise these up a little bit. These guys are still going to clip there, aren't they? Okay, so let's raise these up a little bit more. So something like that. Oh, look at that. That's actually not too bad. Now the question is, if I switch this on for a second, are we gonna see clipping happening here or not? Actually, no clipping is happening there, so that's not too bad. Let's pause that for a second. Let's raise this one up just a tad more. That's going to be pretty good. Okay, so there we go. So now that's working. Oh, need to piece that piece together there as well. Tram. Let's just make sure we do that. Switch Anarchy off. And there we go. So now we can actually do a bit of tram. I don't know if I like that. We'll see if we keep it. What we do, however, have here is now we don't have that movement from the other side. So this will have to be something like this, isn't it? Let's do that, and if we move it, problem is we now have a piece that does not quite work as this, so that's not going to help us out at all unless but even if we do both of them, that's not going to work. I don't like it. We'll see if we need it. We're gonna need it at some point, but we'll see how best we manage that for now. Okay, so now we've got this going on. I quickly need to finish off this little piece over here. So let's get our one-way road again with the tram tracks. One way with tram tracks. So if we do that piece around there, now we can see tons of tram action going on over here. Potentially the middle lane would have been slightly better for the tram tracks, but anyway, that's okay. Now with that piece in mind, now we can actually run a tram service up here and we can run a tram loop at the same time. Now the question is going to be, where are we going to put the tram depot? And do we have multiple tram depots? I thought there was a different tram depot asset that I had. So we can most certainly run the tram depot in here. Do I still have Anarchy on? Just switch Anarchy off. Yeah, okay. So we can do a tram depot over here. Or alternatively, we could even do a bit of a tram depot over here. That's not bad, actually, if we do the tram depot right over here. Actually, the slope is too steep, so we can't do that. This area over here somewhere, maybe. None of these are actually working very well. We can also have it off the side here a little, but I think almost this piece here is about the most appropriate for it. So there we go. We've got our tram depot in that section there. I'm sure I had another asset, but anyway, that's fine. So there we go. Now let's do tram stops. We need to do that. So I'm thinking tram stop around there, then around there, and around there. And we'll do a tram stop, say somewhere over there, at the edge there, and somewhere over here, and then we'll run it all the way this way. And I don't think we need a tram stop here. What we'll just do is we'll just do a tram stop like this. Well, there'll be multiple ones that's running from here. So there we go. We'll run the tram stop around, we'll run it out on that side, and then we're running it all the way back, and we are joining up over here. There we go, tram line 1. Now let's select a vehicle type. We're going to run the E-Class tram over there, and we're going to add 1, 2, 3, 4 5, 6 trams. Let's start with that. A nice purple line, that's pretty good. Now what I also want to do is I just want to run I don't want to do that, so let's I want to actually start it on there. Actually, well, let's start it there. We'll do a little something like that. What I want to do is do both, so that there's a loop that is running. Okay, so tram line 2 is selected type. I'm going to do with the E-class ones, and we're going to just do 2 trams running that loop. And we're going to change that color to a nice deep blue color, and that's perfect. There we go. And then I'm going to move that over there. Perfect. So now we've got 2 sets of trams running here. One that's going to go, well, one line that's going to go all the way back to pick up people over here, and the other one that's just going to loop this area. Okay, so let's get out of all of this. And let's switch that on and see how that works. So let's get rid of these guys. Now I'm wondering if that's going to cause me some problems here. Maybe until we get all the trams out into the road. That's going to be... Oh, I did put some signals in here though. Nice. Going on there? Oh, it's... don't know what that is, but anyway, this is going to be a bit clogged up until we get all the vehicles moving through there. Let's speed it up just a tad, see how that works. Is you going to stop there for us? Nope. Some reason you don't like it. Come on guys, we need these guys to keep moving. Nice. Actually, guys, this thing should go straight only. So let's just pick that up ever so briefly, because I did the changes now. That's not going to work too well for us. So let's do that and let's do that. Let's just make sure we pick up all of these changes. You go this way, you go that way, and you go straight. Oh, I upgraded everything, so we'll have to keep an eye, see if that works. Now let's come this way, see what our stuff looks like over here. Yeah, you need to turn this way, you need to turn that way, and you don't go both ways, you just go one. Same thing over here. Let's make sure we get all of these movements to work the way we want it. And there. Now let's just quickly have a look over here. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna run this one that way only, and this one can run that way, and they can move lanes as they see fit. Now over here we've got the signal, so that should be fine. Okay, perfect. So all of that's okay. I didn't make any changes to this section. Okay, so let's run it. Yeah, so this is going to be clogged up for a while until we get all the trams out of the depot, and then hopefully things will be better. Obviously the stop here, we need to space them a little bit so that it's not too bad. Why are you doing that? So what I'm keen on just making sure that let's make sure that we get the appropriate movements here. Okay. What are you doing? I'm a little worried about this one. Start moving, please. There we go. And the next one, perfect. So we just need to get them all out of there. Do we have trams running up and down here yet? Whoa, look at that. See, this is what I was looking for. So why are these guys? We actually only need the one. To be very honest with you, we only need the one. But I am pretty keen to actually signalize this piece right here. So let's make sure to put a signal in there. Wow. Yeah, but from a tram perspective, we don't need the stops on both sides. So where are my trams? There goes one. Nice. Probably can run the tram a little bit faster though. How many people do we have on here? Wow, it's full. You can see there's still people walking, but hopefully they're a little bit less. Ooh, go through there. Dip underneath. Did we clip? Maybe a little. Go up here, straight through there. Nice. And now you're gonna run in there and nice, I like it. Now you're gonna go around. You need to stop the parking on here. I don't like it. I'm sure we're not getting more people getting off here, are we? We actually are. Wow, there's a ton of people wanting to take it. That's full now, right? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so we only need the one, and then we can have that as a bit of a station to go to a variety of places. Absolutely, we've solved this issue over here. No problems whatsoever. What I'm gonna do. Nice, I like it. So now we also have trams just looping around. I just want to get the parking. I don't like the parking on here. What I'll rather do is do a bit of a parking area. So hopefully now we have some trams that's just going to do the loop. Two of them, they're just doing the loop. So you can just go around and around and around. Huh? But obviously there's a few of them that's going to go back in the other direction. Nice, I like it. So hopefully what we'll do with that is solve a lot of these people walking. So at least the numbers look a little bit less than they used to be, but there's still plenty doing that. Oof. There we go. Now what I quickly want to do is have a quick look at our speeds. Aha, so what I'm tempted to do is speed up, well, let's speed up the road to at least a 60, I would imagine. 60 feels a little bit more appropriate for this road. So let's make sure to do that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to speed up the tram to like 80. Because really, these kind of trams, especially if they don't stop so frequently, can easily run a much higher speed. Now, actually, let's run the trams at 100, say, from here. Yeah, I'm loving that. Let's do that. So these trams, I mean, if you're doing proper city light rail with quite a distance between stations, then they can run quite quickly. Not that we're running the other side. Perfect. So there we go. Nice. That looks pretty good for us. So let's get out of there and let's see how this guy now moves. Look at that. Yeah, light rail can easily do 100 kilometers an hour. Light rail, yeah. Which is what this is. And the one thing I wanted to do is just make sure, actually take off one of these stops. So let's quickly go back to that. Take off that stop, and we'll just have the one on this side. So yes, please do that. Go all the way around, and I'm hoping that's not going to clog up too much over here. Is this a signal now? I think as soon as these unbunch a little, it'll be much better. Nice. And so I'm hoping that this is now filling up the train as well. Perfect. So that train is getting pretty, we'll get a fair bit of use now from there as well. Nice. I'm liking what we're doing over here. And we don't need a lot of this. Okay, let's quickly do the parking over here. I just want to do the parking. Okay, so let's get rid of parking on that piece there. We don't have parking on any of this. I'm tempted to get rid of the parking on here. Just looks... let's leave it be for now. Excellent, so now we're running. Now we're up and running. And now what we could do is if we do a bit of a zoo here, it's got a bit of a light rail connection, and we can do another set that runs between here and there. Just like 1 or 2. We can do a bit of a light rail that pops into these industrial areas as well. I'm loving the idea of doing that. Nice. This is the only one that we maybe still have to figure out in the future a little bit. But that is looking pretty good. What I want to do from here is actually see about running potentially a bit of a road in here, and that can also be a tram connection that runs into this direction and maybe joins up over here, right? So we can do something that runs through there, and then that'll give a little bit of more of an out for this as well. Are we getting the fire department here quick enough? Yeah, it does look like we are indeed going to do that. I'm liking it. I like the tram setup over here. It is a little busy over here. This tram stop right over here may be a little problematic. It is a little busy. And because it's right there, it's causing a bit of a queue to occur. So what I'm tempted to do is move that tram stop just a tad. So let's move it there and move it there, just so that it's a little bit more room to get a few more cars around the corner before there's the stop that occurs. And there's also room for the tram to get around and wait for the other one. Nice, I like it. I don't think I've seen one that's running straight on this yet. Will that one do the trick? Will that one run straight through? Still need to see. There's only 2 of them, so we'll keep an eye. I was hoping we'll see one. That's also the turn there. Plenty of this. So it's a little sticky around this corner, but I think it is working. Yeah, so this area is a little sticky. There's not a lot going straight over here. But everything else works quite well. Yeah, that section's a little sticky. I'm loving what we're doing over here. And this gives us room to have trams that goes into all kinds of other areas. Nice. Now we've got a fair bit of industrial demand that's popped up due to all of this stuff. So these guys all in need of goods to sell. Let's quickly pop into our furniture factory over here to see what we're getting. So we are getting a fair amount there. Everything else is now kind of working quite well. Working quite well. Traffic wise, all of this. I want to redo this interchange at some point, get a nice big one in here, and kind of service roads and tie the service roads in here and so on. Still a little sticky around this corner over here, but guys, I think that's kind of where we're going to close this episode. I'm gonna do the parking thing. I'm gonna get rid of parking here and there and and all of that. Okay, like that. Get rid of all of these parking spaces. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Get rid of all of that. Perfect. And definitely get rid of all of this. Now that feels much better. A lot less friction going on over there. What we could do... Oh, I need to get rid of that parking. Thank you. What we could do is we could squeeze in a bit of parking in a location every now and then. Something like this could be a bit of parking. Wouldn't mind it. A bit of that could be a parking. Get in there. We could even maybe put a bit of parking over here. Don't mind it. Don't mind it too much. But yeah, all of that's running. So this, I think I've sorted this out a little bit. I think the parking has been helpful. terms of sorting a lot of that out. Have we yet to see one that goes straight across through here? Yet to see one. Which line is this? Tram line 1. Where are all my trams? So tram line 2 should be running around here somewhere, right? Tram line 2, that's the one. Which is this one? Probably tram line 2 too. No, tram line 1 at least. Perfect. Perfect. This is tram line 1, so that's tram line 2 coming in now. And this guy will effectively run you to the other side. Nice. Let's quickly see that, and then we're going to end this episode. So we've added a tram line to this area. Probably need to give this area a bit of a name as well. Just want to see the tram running across there. I believe it does it. I just want to double check. Nah, it's not. So this is tram line 2, right? So tram line 2 is now running in that direction, which is not what I want for it, really. Okay, so can I see tram line 2? Ah, there you go. Why is tram line 2 not doing it? So it's obviously not stopping there, which is fine. I don't want it, I don't need it to stop there, but I want you to run this shortest route here. That is interesting. Why can't we do that? That is really interesting. That is really interesting. We're not going to see, maybe I'll solve it in between episodes, but yeah, that's an interesting one. Okay guys, so that's been this episode. If you like our new tram setup over here, nice nice interchange starting to happen over here with the college and the train station and tram station. We could even see about maybe a bus station at some point, see where our bus routes are running. And yeah, and if you like it, hit the button and tell me what you think. We're going to start expanding into this direction a little bit, and yes, now with this industrial demand, we can start getting into the ore industry a little bit more, even a little bit more over here with the forestry. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Bye bye.